Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today and for the next 24 hours, I'm going to be participating in the 24-hour Smutathon. So there was literally no reason for me to make this a VSCO Girl hangout inspired Smutathon vlog, but I did realize that I'd kind of made my filming room into a VSCO hangout, so I figured, hey, what the hell, like, let's just go all the way. Got the scrunchies on the arm, Apple Watch, Hydro Flask. But that's literally it. Like, this isn't going to be very VSCO-y in any way, but I just wanted to appreciate the aesthetic. And I do kind of want to push back on the idea that things that women like or do are bad. So people that make fun of VSCO girls, go away. People that make fun of girls that read smut, go away. So it is 2 p.m. on Sunday, and I didn't have to tell you that, but I did want you to know that I am aware that I am participating in this Smutathon an entire day late, and it's 24 hours, so basically I missed the whole thing. I didn't have to tell you that, but I'm stupid and I wanted to share that knowledge with you guys. But I'm really excited to be participating because I didn't get to participate in the first Smutathon, or I'm not sure how many rounds there have been so far, but I haven't really been able to participate ever, and I like smut, and it just sounded like a good time, so that's what we're gonna be doing. I think this is going to be most exciting for me because I also don't read a whole lot of like short form smutty books. I usually read full-on romance novels that are 300 plus pages, but today I'm really going to be focusing on reading books that are about, I don't know, 100 to 150 pages. I do have an audiobook that is a historical romance that I'm kind of excited to read, and I might do that if I get bored of physically reading, but for the most part we're just going to be reading smut, so super excited to kind of get into it. Like I said, I'm going to be reading from today, Sunday at 2 p.m. to Monday at 2 p.m. I am going to sleep. I do need sleep, but I'm going to dedicate my time for the next like 24 hours to reading. So the first book that I'm going to be reading, I keep saying reading, wow, is going to be Only for a Night by Naima Simone. This is the group book. It is about a guy who owns a sex club and a girl who's coming out of a marriage that was very lackluster, and I think it's going to be kind of raunchy and fun, and I'm very excited to get started on that. So I will update you guys as I read that, and then we're just gonna go from there. We're gonna read all this smut.
I shouldn't be laughing, but she said that I think it's her husband. His name was Terrence. Yeah, I understand that like he's supposed to be the like not sexy, exciting man probably in her life, but like Terrence.
Okay, I'm like 50% into Only for a Night, and it's not bad. But is it bad that I don't want to read this anymore? It's like one of the better short smuts that I've read. There's not a ton, honestly, of like short 150 page smutty books that I have in my soul wanted to rate higher than 3 stars. I mean, I don't rate smut generally anyway because I feel like it's unfair to the author for me to rate something low just because it's not like my preferred genre, if that makes sense, or like preferred format. But this one kind of feels like it would be more than a 3-star read. It's just kind of dragging, and I think what really could save this book would be a flashback. So essentially these two characters knew each other from way back, and this girl is going to meet him at his sex club because her husband has died and she wants to have some freaky raunchy sex. So I mean, valid. But I understand the sexual tension, but I don't understand why she would go to him specifically. I think having one flashback scene rather than just a mention of them knowing each other in the past would have really gone a long way in making this a little bit more exciting and a little bit more tension filled. It's not bad. The sex scenes are like fine, I guess, but I'm not like overwhelmingly in love with this one. I am impressed, I guess, like I said, because it is better than a lot of the other short smut that I've read, but I'm just like, overall, it's whatever. So I'm gonna continue to read this. I mean, I have already gotten halfway through. I'm gonna finish it. Then I think I might actually start listening to the audiobook of The Highwayman by Kerrigan Byrne. It is the historical fiction romance that I want to read during this 24 hours, mostly just because I'm gonna need something besides just short smut. So that's something that I'm going to be reading throughout the vlog, so I'll update you guys as I read that. I'll probably also pick up a couple of other short smuts throughout the night because I'd like to read 6 books in 24 hours. That would be like my ideal. So getting 3 short ones out of the way today would be cool. Okay, so I have finished Only for One Night by Naima Simone, and it was good. Like I said, I'm sort of trying to temper my expectations and rate these smuts objectively. But I would say if I were going to rate it on pure smutty goodness, it would be 4 stars. I think the sex scenes were good, and I did like the relationship, even though I didn't find it entirely convincing. And there is a point where the main character, the dude, his name's Ryan, R-I-O-N, he points out that, you know, we haven't known each other for 16 years, but I still love you like I did back then. So you know that the likelihood of this relationship really working out long term, you know, who knows? But the scenes were good, and I did think that the plot was fairly decent given that this was a short, smutty book. Not too unhappy with it. Now I think I'm gonna go ahead and start listening to the audiobook of The Highwayman by Kerrigan Byrne because I need something with kind of like a real plot and like less sex. I know, it's surprising. I always talk about smut on my channel, but like I like romance. I really do. I don't usually read like short, smutty books. So I think I'm gonna try to listen to like 2 hours of that, which will end up being 6 hours probably of the audiobook. I listen on 3 times speed. So anyway, I'll get back to you once I've started on The Highwayman. Okay, so I'm like an hour into The Highwayman and it is so fucking good. I didn't expect to be blown away by an audiobook so quickly. It usually takes me, I don't want to say like halfway through an audiobook to like really gauge whether or not I'm going to enjoy the book as a whole, but the narration is fantastic on this and then the story itself is amazing. So it's about this girl and this boy who meet in an orphanage when they're very young and they kind of have some tough circumstances. They get pretend married and then flash to present day and we are following the girl. She is no longer a girl, she's a woman and she works for Scotland Yard and is just a badass basically. She claims that she's a widow. I'm assuming we're gonna find out that she's actually not a widow. She just like uses that so men don't fuck with her and she just kind of like does whatever she wants. I don't know, I'm surprised at the tone of this book and the direction it's taking. I mean, I don't know how old this book is, but I just assumed that it was old and it was going to be just a classic bodice ripper because I haven't heard that Kerrigan Byrne is like particularly like funny, if that makes sense. Like I didn't expect it to be Tessa Dare quality and it's not funny, but it is just a lot different than I expected. So I'm really enjoying it so far. I think what I'm going to find out is that this like hardened criminal that gets taken in by Scotland Yard is going to be the boy that she pretend married back in the day. So I'm excited to like continue to read. I say read, to listen to this. I've been playing Two Dots Gamer Girl while I read, so I'm gonna continue to do that. I think I'm going to, what time is it? It is 5:45. Hayden is going to get his hair cut, so I think what I'm gonna do is listen to this audiobook until he gets back. I think we're gonna get dinner when he gets back, and I think after we eat, I'm probably going to start in on another short smut, but until then, I'm listening to this because it's so good. Okay, so I think I'm about 40% into the audiobook of The Highwayman now, and I'm enjoying it, but it's doing something that I don't like in books, and I'll just tell you guys because I don't think it's that spoilery. I think anyone with 2 brain cells could figure this out if they read this book. So the idea, like I said, there were flashbacks, these 2 people in an orphanage, whatever, and then basically the girl gets kidnapped by the criminal that I was talking about a while ago, and we're pretty much led to believe that the criminal is her like childhood husband, if you will. But I don't like that he never says it. We're about halfway in, she's been kidnapped by him, they have a lot of like playful banter going on, and they're talking about the like boy child as if he is dead and is not the like highwayman slash like dude that kidnapped her, even though I think we all kind of know that he is the one that kidnapped her. So I think I'm frustrated by that because there's no reason for him to withhold that information, and I think I'd be frustrated if someone was keeping their identity from me for no fucking reason. So I'm a little bit like frustrated at that, but I'm liking the banter, I'm liking the relationship development, and I do like the story. I also really like the side characters. There's a gay, I don't know what his title is, but he's like the right-hand man of the kidnapper, and then there's a cook who I think has some sort of learning disability, and he is so sweet and fun and like makes really cool food. So I don't know, I'm liking it. It's a good book so far. I think I'm going to put a pause on it. Hayden is not home yet, he's still getting his hair cut, and I think he's gonna pick us up pizza or something, which is cool because that means I don't have to leave and waste time. So I think what I'm gonna start next is Ace of Hearts by Ella Good. I'll put a picture of it right here. It is, I think, a college setting smut, and I think the girl falls for like the jock of the college. I'll let you guys know once I'm about halfway done. But okay, so already this is a lot different than the other smut that I read earlier. I actually think this is in high school, which I'm disappointed in, but I think both of the people in the book are in high school, and I'm assuming they're both of age. But this girl is going back to school shopping with her mom, and she says, I sort out all the stuff I'm keeping, which is mostly plain oversized t-shirts, which I prefer because I have a big rack. So the writing is just quite a bit different than, what is it called? You know, the Nina Simone ones. Questionable, very questionable, regretting it already. Like I care. Also, no one says uncool anymore, Mom. Basically, this girl goes to the mall with her mom, and a guy she sees at the mall, she never talks to him, but he goes home and he tells his mom, that's the girl I'm gonna marry. I'm gonna try to look her up on Facebook.
So I guess they're gonna meet at school, first day of school, I think. I'm 9% in and I'm scared. I finished that book that I don't even remember the name of. I'm gonna put a picture of it right here. I'm honestly like kind of at a loss for words. I had to skim the majority of this. Like I did read it and I do know what happened, but it was just so stupid. There was hardly any sex. There was literally one sex scene and it was like missionary, which like whatever, the people in the book were 18. Like I didn't need anything like crazy, but it was just bad. It was bad. There were fight scenes, like the main male character had to like defend her honor a couple times, and oh god, I just haven't read anything this bad in a long time. If I had to rate this, I'd give it 1 star, maybe 2. I say it was bad. There wasn't anything that I think that stood out to me as problematic or offensive, but it was just so fucking boring and stupid, and I regret reading that. So even though I skimmed it, I did mark it as read on Goodreads, because if I had to suffer through that, I deserve the credit. But that's 2 books down. I am 2 hours away from finishing The Highwayman by Kerrigan Byrne. I think that's probably going to be the only thing that I like truly enjoy in the 24 hours of this readathon. But I think I am going to call it a night and come back tomorrow and finish strong. I'm probably going to listen to more of The Highwayman, but I'm not gonna like record that. I need to like get ready for bed and whatnot. So that marks the first 12-ish hours. See you guys bright and early tomorrow morning.
Hello, happy Sunday. It is 11 o'clock a.m. I am finally out of bed, but I have finished 2 things since we last spoke, so I figure I would talk to you guys about those. If you've stayed this long, thank you. I know this has not been the most exciting of my reading vlogs, but I think it's gonna get a lot better from here. Got 2 more things to read. We're at a total of 4 right now, and I think I'm gonna go to Half Price Books after I have my Starbucks. And yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. The things that I finished. The first thing that I finished last night was The Highwayman by Kerrigan Byrne, and I think I give this book 4 stars. I do rate actual romance, I just don't rate smut. So I really enjoyed this. I thought it was really good. The only thing that made me take a star off was the final conflict of the book. In a romance, I think there should really only be 1, maybe 2 conflicts keeping people apart, but in this book I identified 3 to 4 conflicts, and by the end of the book I was just getting a little bit run down and I felt like things were dragging out just a little bit too long. It didn't hinder my overall enjoyment of the book. I didn't want to like throw it across the room or anything, but I do think it would have done well to have cut off that final little conflict because it was just a little bit too much. But like I said, it was really good. All of the things that I said previously hold true. It was pretty good. I liked the romance. I thought the romance was really good and the sex scenes were just amazing. And the epilogue was really cute, and yeah, overall I'm excited to read more from this author because I just feel like this one was what I needed. It was a good, refreshing change. I haven't read a lot of historical besides Tessa Dare, like I think I said previously, but 10 out of 10 would recommend. The other book that I started and finished was this morning, and that's why I'm kind of getting a slow start. I read Whipped by Jenica Snow. This is a book about a plus-sized, larger-bodied woman, and it's about her falling in love with the local like pastry chef, I guess. He owns his own bakery and she falls in love with him, and I thought this was really good. I think if I were going to rate this one like on a smut scale in terms of how much I enjoyed it, it'd be like 4 or 5 stars. I really liked this. I think I might like this one better than Only for a Night, mostly because there wasn't unnecessary conflict. I feel like with short smut, the less conflict the better. Like I want there to be a good amount of sexy scenes. I want there to be a little bit of like groundwork in terms of plot, so I kind of understand why these characters would be together. This one was really cute. The guy was like a little bit alpha-y, but he wasn't disrespectful in any way. I liked that he was like really sweet when he met her parents. I liked the way everything happened. Obviously it's very insta-lovey. I mean, they are in love basically after banging once, which is not super realistic, but I did like that in the epilogue, if you didn't know, smuts have like 3 fucking epilogues to show these people in the future. One of the epilogues showed that they had been together over a year before he proposed to her, so at least there was that, which I appreciated. And yeah, it was just really cute. I really liked it. I think this is the only one that I would like truly recommend. Only for a Night was like meh, and then that other fucking terrible one was just really not good. So that's it. I'm going to enjoy my Starbucks, maybe watch a YouTube video while I do so, and then I'm going to head to Half Price Books. I'll give you guys like a haul when I get home, and then we'll start on the last 2 smutty reads for the day. If you knock my camera over, we're gonna have words, okay? Oh, okay, say hi to the people. Okay, so I just got back from Half Price Books and I ended up buying a lot more than I expected. The Labor Day sale is going on right now, so I figured pick a few things up. So
let's see. The first thing I got wasn't for a video. I'm just trying to collect all of the Vampire Academy and Bloodlines books. So I got The Fiery Heart. I think I found the first book last time I was there, and they're cheaper usually at half price than they are on Amazon, new or used. So there's that. And then I just got an insane amount of romance paperbacks. I'll go through them one by one, but they're not going to be that exciting or make a lot of sense because I'm not telling you what the videos are going to be. Mostly, it's not because I don't want to tell you what they are. It's because I don't have the actual concept completely fleshed out. I know what I'm going to do, but I don't know in what format yet. So anyway, let's get into it. The first one I got is Karen Marie Moning's Kiss of the Highlander. I've read her Dark Fever series and I wanted to try something else by her. This is like the third book in a series of standalones, so I figured it didn't really matter if I had the first one, but interested to try this out. The next book I got is another kind of random one. This is the second book in a series. I don't know if these are standalones, but I was intrigued and the ratings were really good. Couldn't find the first book. It's called Gideon by Jacqueline Frank. And this one, I heard 1,000 years surviving male of his race, and I'm assuming maybe a vampire or some sort of supernatural creature of some sort. So I was in. Like I said, I checked out the rating on Goodreads before I bought this, so it seemed intriguing. I also got 3 Christine Feehan books. So this is kind of part of one of the concepts I have. But anyway, I have Dark Prince, Shadow Game, and Shadow Rider. These are all the first book in different series by Christine Feehan. So I'm excited to give these a try. She's one of those authors that I feel like I see a lot online, and whenever I'm looking for things that are similar to J.R. Ward's Black Dagger Brotherhood series or like an author that's similar, I see a lot of like Christine Feehan, Cressley Cole, things like that. So picked up 3 of these, and then I picked up 2 books by Gina Showalter, again another person that's compared oftentimes to J.R. Ward. I have Awaken Me Darkly and Heart of the Dragon, and these are again the first books in different series by Gina Showalter. Excited to try these out because like I said, I haven't really read anything by her before. And then lastly, I have a random Eloisa James book. It's called Say No to the Duke, and I don't know much about this. I'm assuming it's just going to be kind of a classic bodice ripper. This is in the Georgian era, which I feel like I don't read a ton about usually. So excited to give this one a try. I've never read any Eloisa James, but I heard Jess from Peace Love Books XO talking about this, so excited. So overall, I got all of these plus the Fiery Heart for $32, which I thought was like a pretty good price for all of these different books. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get into reading some smut. I don't know what I'm gonna pick up first. Once I figure that out, I'll tell you. I'll let you know. But before I do that, I think I'm gonna give you guys like a little mini tour of my filming room. It's kind of messy, but I'm really excited about it, so I thought I would kind of show you guys. I'm not sure like if I'm gonna do a formal tour. Let me know if you guys want that or not, but I'm gonna show you the progress I've made so far because I have finally gotten some stuff hung up in here and I'm excited about it. So okay, so the first thing is my desk. My babies are literally always on this desk chilling, never have room for my laptop. I have this cork board right here with my BookCon badge and just some pins. I've got my pens, I've got my planner under Pepe. And then I also have this wall right here. Ignore my Cheetos, I'm garbage. But I have like just some art prints and stuff up here. I kind of wanted it to be monochromatic, and that way if I ever want to take Bookstagram pictures or pictures of my beautiful cats, I have like a nice backdrop, so that's kind of fun. Coming over here, this is the closet, not exciting. And then we come over to the bed. It'd probably be nicer if the bed was like actually made, but you know, semantics. I've been chilling here and reading my smut. Above here, I have 2 art prints. I think in my monthly reading vlog is when I talked about getting art printed for these frames, but I'm really happy with how they turned out. Let me see if I can, yeah, get it without the glare. So I just printed like this geode print off of, I can't remember the website, but I will put it down in the description box because I think they had a lot of really good photography and like black and white pictures and stuff like that for free to download. And then I made this one myself on Word and then just printed it as a PDF. It means strongly and willingly. And then in this corner, I have these decals, which I'm super excited about. I didn't know what to do with this corner. It seemed like kind of just a random space that needed to be filled, so I got these eucalyptus decals on Amazon, 2 packages, I think were like 20 bucks, and I just like the way it looks. Also, again, would be really cute for Bookstagram pictures if I move my lamp out of the way. And then this is kind of where it gets a little too chaotic. This is my TBR cart. It's a bar cart, let's be real, but I didn't have anywhere else to put it, so I'm gonna put it right here. It's gonna be cuter at some point. Over here, I have books and my podcast microphone. Like it's just a hot mess over here, mostly because I need to fill up my bookshelves, which I'm super excited about. If you didn't know, I used to have these 2 right here and 2 right here, and that was it. But since I'm a stupid bitch and we ended up getting another desk in here, hi guys, I decided that I wanted to kind of switch up how I did my bookshelves, and this is kind of what we're left with. It's gonna be really nice to film in front of, and I really want to accessorize these shelves. Never gotten to really accessorize beyond like a Funko or 2, but I want pretty little knickknacks and stuff on my shelves with my books, so I think it's gonna look nice. I'm excited to have that as like an additional filming space. So that's kind of like my goal really was, you know, with the space to make it very aesthetic. I will definitely, I don't know, show you guys the finished product maybe in a vlog or in a tour. Just let me know what you guys prefer. Okay, so I picked Just Friends, A Real Man, number 19 by Jenica Snow. I figured I'd read another Jenica because the first one I read I enjoyed. This one's only 57 pages, which is also super intriguing. I don't know how a 57-page smut's gonna hold up, but I'm intrigued. Everybody said this was really cute and memorable in their Amazon reviews, so I guess we'll see how memorable it is. I don't think I'm gonna like update you guys throughout. I'm just gonna let you know how it is at the end, so. Okay, so I just finished Just Friends by Jenica Snow. It was, like I said, 57 pages, was sort of unsure if I would like short form, like even shorter short form smut, but I enjoyed it. It was actually really good. I don't know that I liked this one as much as Whipped, but it was pretty good. I think she does a good job at not getting too bogged down by the details, and I think she does a good job at towing the line between having kind of like an alpha possessive hero and having him also be respectful of her autonomy and her rights. Like, her dude's never overstep any boundaries, which I really like. There's always a happily ever after at the end, and the sex scenes are good. There's dirty talk, but it's not gross or like cringy in my opinion, so I think I might have found my new favorite smutty author. Like, I didn't really have one before. I'd read quite a bit of Alexa Riley stuff, but I'm not a huge fan of their work. But Jenica Snow, she might be my new girl. I think I'm gonna read another Jenica Snow to finish this off because I'm like so into her stuff now. Let's see if the third one's the charm. Like, the first 2 were good. Is this third one gonna be equally as good? I think I'm gonna try to find another like 57-page one. Maybe I'll read one of the Real Men books, of which there are more than 18, so I'll get back to you guys after I read that one, and then we can wrap up this vlog. Okay, so I read Viking, which was Real Man number 5 by Jenica Snow. Put a picture right here. It was just as good as the other ones that I read. It was actually kind of fun. I was curious to see how she was going to do kind of a historical-esque smutty book, but it was good. It was fun to read. There wasn't a whole lot to it, not a whole lot of like problematic shit, again, just besides the kind of alphaness of the main dude. But overall, I'm pretty impressed with her, and I would definitely recommend her books if you want like a smutty read really quick. I think her really short ones and her slightly longer ones are really good, so yeah, I would recommend. So I've successfully read 6 books in 24 hours and I'm pretty impressed with myself. I think from this I would definitely say check out The Highwayman by Kerrigan Byrne. That was definitely one that I really adored, and then anything by Jenica Snow has my stamp of approval now. The other 2 books that I read I wasn't as big of a fan of. The group read was just kind of okay to me, like 3 to 4 stars, and then this Ella Good book I just didn't enjoy at all. So it's been an interesting 24 hours, and I'm also just really thankful that I was able to get through 6 books because that's the amount of books that I read in the entire month of August. So I am starting out September with a bang. So this has been fun. I hope this wasn't too boring for you guys. I know the first day was kind of like but yeah, that's it from me. I have more smutty vlogs coming this month. That's it for me for now. Love you guys so much, and until next time.